I'm Giulia Sulis, and together with my colleagues Sarah Mercer, Sonia Babic, and Astrid Mairitsch, we wrote a book entitled Language Teacher Wellbeing Across the Career Span, published by Multilingual Mentors. This book was part of a project funded by the Austrian Science Fund, which focuses on the well-being of language teachers across different career phases. So before we start talking about the book and its content, I think it would be really important to address one main question. So why the well-being of language teachers? So we know that teacher well-being is an invaluable goal in itself. Teachers with high well-being teach more creatively, they have less discipline problems, they have higher levels of learning achievement in the classrooms. So we can really see how teacher well-being is an invaluable goal in itself, and also has lots of benefits for learners and schools more broadly. But what about language teachers specifically? We know that language teachers face several challenges that are different from those experienced by teachers of other subjects. Some of these challenges, for instance, include language anxiety, especially when they teach a language that is not their first language, or, for instance, diverse levels of proficiency in learner groups, low student motivation in certain contexts, such as, for instance, Anglophone countries. And all these challenges have been just worsened by the pandemic crisis. So this is one of the reasons why in our book we also included some data about this particularly challenging moment of their life. So in this book we look at language teacher well-being in terms of three unique perspectives. The first perspective is to look at language teacher well-being in terms of challenges and resources. So we see well-being as emerging from the complex dynamic interplay between the challenges that teachers face in their personal but also their professional lives and the resources at their disposal to cope with these challenges. The second key perspective is that we take an ecological lens to look at well-being. This means that we look at well-being not just in terms of an individual responsibility, but in terms of also structural, social, and contextual determinants. So we really see well-being in terms of the interplay between an individual's psychology and their broader context.
And in terms of resources and challenges, it was very important for us to find out if teachers experienced any differences in challenges and resources across the career phase. So we adopted Day and Goose model of the teacher career phases, and we started looking at teachers from the pre-service phase, going on to the early career phase, mid-career phase, and late career phase. And in fact, this is one of the key findings, that teachers had very specific and unique challenges and resources that affected them across these different career phases. Furthermore, we had two different data sets that we researched for our project. So in the first data set, we took a look at pre-service and in-service teachers, both in the UK and in Austria. And in a second data set, we took a look actually at what affected teachers' well-being during the pandemic crisis. Again, pre-service and in-service teachers. And we didn't just limit our scope to the Austrian and the UK data set, but actually wanted to get a global picture of how the pandemic affected language teachers across the globe. In fact, what we found also in terms of the feedback of the readers of the book was exactly what we wanted to achieve, which we're really happy about, is that teachers namely stated that they could find many parallels to their own lives across those different career phases, whether it was before the pandemic or during the pandemic or also after the pandemic. So we could really see that what we researched on, what we found, is something that our readers could relate to. And if you're now interested in finding out what we wrote about and what were these key findings in terms of challenges and resources for teachers across the careers, please go to Multilingual Matters, and there you can find more information about our book. Thank you so much for watching this short clip, and I hope you're intrigued now. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.